day over here was brutal.
After you do a sketch, kind of sketch, I can see.
I'm so grown, and today we are transforming an art piece. We are back outside. We worked our way up. If you see my last two videos, we babied it. It was very baby. It was like beginner entryway, but now it's time to level up. And we brought out her. We don't even have a name for her yet. She's just becoming, you know what I mean? I'm not going to make it my goal to completely finish her today, but what I can say is we're gonna add some oomph by the time this is over. We're gonna plug in this before so we can get that picture and then see what we come up with towards the end. I'm gonna give myself 2 hours, and depending on the weather, I'm gonna give myself an hour and a half. This is the time, and let's see what I can flow into. Get in the flow. Let's go. Here's a close-up of what it looks like. It's literally so beautiful outside. Before I got here, I was literally complaining about how hot it is, and now that breeze, the paintbrushes that I'm using, my all-time favorites, the palette. This is my collection palette. My easel's just not cooperating with me, and the wind is just pushing so hard that we're having a floor moment. I actually didn't use a mic for this video because the last two just didn't come out well. So here is where I'm enhancing the cherry blossom tree a little bit more, and I'm adding shadows and highlights to bring it back to life, which honestly took me like 35 minutes alone. I can't complain, it was pretty peaceful, to be honest. Then I took a quick break and a bee decided to pay me a visit. I panicked, but I quickly surrendered. So since I have leftover paint from the tree, I'm going to use it for the scrapbook. There's like so many ants on me, but it's okay. So after I surrendered to the bee, the ants came. Yep. Coexisting, you know, nature. So here I'm focused on the stickers of my scrapbook, which I love to do because I love painting little details. And here I'm just making sure once, twice that you're still here. So far I only worked on one of the stickers on the scrapbook, and why am I ready to call it? I finished a tree. I'm pretty satisfied with it. Here's what the scrapbook I'm talking about. Like, I didn't even finish the sticker, but like, I showed up today, you know what I mean? We're working on a little bit of a more challenging piece, I would say. This next part, I was more locked in and was in a full meditative state. Concentrating on one thing is just so peaceful. My main focus was to create the base for the stickers. I knew that the details weren't gonna come in right now, but that was my main goal. So I started moving a little bit slower with my brush strokes. And then... Why? Yep, another bee. Probably the same bee, to be honest. Here I am critiquing everything about this piece. Once I get excited about an idea, my brain immediately wants to sprint to the finish line before the feeling disappears. And painting outside is forcing me to take it slow and work on nature's time. She gives me no time to be a perfectionist. When I paint inside, I can paint inside for maybe 10 hours straight. In nature, no. She gives me this amount of sunlight and tells me to work with it. And I'm starting to realize that every time I force myself to keep going past my limit, I end up ruining the experience for myself. So, not that the art is bad, but because I stopped listening to myself while creating it, it just Trigger warning, I call it art vomit. I just have to learn that creativity is leaving a little room to come back inspired instead of drained. The crazy part is these tiny little details took me way longer than I expected. So on the outside, it probably looks like I barely changed anything, but the smallest details somehow take the longest. So with winds picking up, clouds are getting darker. It's time for me to clock out. I worked a little bit. I'm proud that she got brought outside. She has not been outside in years. So I'll keep working on her day by day as she begins to get more and more pink. Until the next transformation, stay grounded and keep growing. This is so good. Oh, that was good. I like that.